Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, October 16th, 2012. Thank you for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. The futures are trading higher by about 7 points at the moment to 1442.50 per contract. Decent little pop this morning by the futures. The catalyst, once again, is the lower U.S. dollar index. You can take a look at the dollar here. The dollar has dropped off significantly lower, trading down 40 cents to 79.40 per contract on the U.S. dollar index Z contract, which is December. So dollar down, market up. That's kind of the way it goes. Earnings are being released. I guess they're somewhat in line or better, slightly better than expected. But I'm going to go through the list here. The action in the earnings moves today are not that great. So we'll go through that in just a minute. But I'm not seeing anything that's really standing out to me, but we'll go through a gauntlet of different stocks there. Hopefully we'll get some more earnings tonight after the closing bell and then tomorrow morning. And we'll see if we do get any nice gap movers to make some money. But in any case, I'm not seeing any great ones yet, but we will go through the list in a moment. First, let's talk about oil and gold real quick. If we take a look here this morning at gold, you'll see it is trading higher by $8 to $1,746 an ounce. Make that $45 an ounce. Yesterday, gold was hit pretty sharply. Today, gold is bouncing back just a slight bit. Let's take a look at the GLD. You'll see here GLD is rebounding a little bit, trading around the 169.06 level. Yesterday, it closed at 168.35. So again, dollar down, gold is getting a little bit of a bid. Oil is pretty much in the same case. Oil is not moving up all that much today, but it is up 25 cents, and it did have a nice move after spot crude closed yesterday. So again, light sweet crude, that's what we use here in the United States, trading around $92.11. That's up 25 cents from yesterday. Let's take a look at the USO, which is a good proxy for oil. You'll see here the USO trading around $34.12. It closed at $34 yesterday. So a little up move, little uptick in oil, a little uptick in gold, all on the back of the weaker dollar, and stocks are higher as well this morning as everything seems to be getting inflated. Now, there's some news out of Europe that you should know about. One, it looks like Spain is getting ready to ask for a bailout. The Spanish market is up 2.6%. The Italian market is up 1.3%. And the DAX and the German DAX and the French CAC 40 both up about 1.25%. The FTSE 100, which is not part of the Eurozone, they can print their own money. They're up about 0.9%. So Europe is up across the board. And that's all on the back of a Spanish bailout. I guess, people just love that money printing. What can you say? But in any case, markets reacting positive to it, and that's really all that matters. So we'll see how that plays out going in a little bit later. But once again, if the dollar caught any kind of a bid, that would be a negative for the European markets. Right now, dollar down, money is going out of the dollar and into the European markets. That's how it's being portrayed, at least at the moment. All right, let's take a look at a bunch of different stocks out here. We'll start off with the big boy here, Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs reporting earnings this morning. Stock closed yesterday at 124.50. It's trading at 125.25. We can't make a lot out of this, but one thing we can say about Goldman right now is that it is in an uptrend. I think Goldman probably has upside to around the 127 level, somewhere in that vicinity. Maybe it's even a little bit higher at 129. Ultimately, I don't know if it gets there today. Right now, it's only at 125. It's not doing a lot. If it does fall, traders should watch the 109 level. I think there's very, very good support around that area. But again, you can't make much out of this. It's just not much of a gap. It's not much of a big gap at all. If it gapped up higher, we'd look for a fade. But right now, you just don't have that big of a move in the stock. Another stock reporting earnings this morning is J&J, Johnson & Johnson. This stock's catching a little bit of a bid, but there's a ton of resistance up here around the 69.70 level. So Johnson & Johnson definitely with a lot of resistance coming up around 69.70. After that, the stock has more resistance around the $71.50, $72 area. But again, it's just not that great of a gap to play, and that's a little bit problematic. Now, Citigroup's in the news for the second day in a row. Stock is selling off this morning after yesterday's rally. The reason is the CEO, Vikram Pandit, is leaving. I also believe that another leading officer is leaving as well. And the stock is seeing some downside selling. Again, I don't think there's much to do here. This looks like a Well, it's not a strong gap or a weak gap because it's not much of a gap. It's not even down. Basically, it's down $1 from yesterday's high. So it's not all that much. But again, the stock moves down to around I'm going to say $30.50. There's big support there. But I honestly don't know if it even gets down there. It really just doesn't. It just isn't much of a gap. Let's take a look at Mattel. This stock is having a decent gap. Pretty nice little move higher. It's coming out of a base, so it's pretty strong. Again, I think 36.50 to 37 is pretty decent resistance, but it's not fadeable resistance coming from a strong gap. So this is another one where you just can't do that much with it as far as scalping goes. So we just have to leave this one alone, and we'll see how it plays out during the course of the day. Let's take a look at Coca-Cola. It's another one that reported earnings. Stock is trading at 38.25, closed at 38.13. There's nothing to do here. Coke still looks like it's on the weaker side. Ton of resistance around 39.25 if it does get up there. I don't think that even happens, but if it does get up there. Now here's one, Murphy Oil, that is doing a lot this morning. The stock having a huge surge. They're doing a buyback. They are offering also a special $2.50 dividend. There is nothing to do with this stock either. Okay, it's already gapped up. They're doing a dividend. They're offering out a special $2.50 dividend. They're offering a buyback. It's extended, overbought. I would not be buying the stock here. Can't short it either because of the pattern that it has in place. But you would not be looking to buy this stock at all up here at these levels. If it got higher, traded higher, then you could look to short it. But right now, I just don't see a really significant level where we could get in there and short this thing for a fade. Also, this is just a scalp, if anything. But right now, I mean, the stock's up at 64. The next big level is not till 68.55. So, I mean, there's just no level in here that you could work off of, at least at the moment. All right, let's take a look at United Health. I do not know the news there, but nonetheless, the stock was up a little bit at 59.50. That was a decent gap, but it's already faded back down to 58, coming right back into its range that it was trading out for the past week. So there's not much you could do with that one either. Again, if this one gets up to around 60, 50, 61, you could sell it there, but I just don't see that happening. Here's RATE, which is Bankrate Inc. This stock is getting slaughtered and toasted. There's not a lot you could do here either. If it gets to 10, maybe you get a quick little scalp bounce, but that's about it. Now, I've just gone through roughly close to 10 stocks, I would say, 7 or 8 stocks, and none of them are showing me really any significant moves for a trade, and that's a little bit disheartening, especially in the morning time when you look for these gap plays. I like to trade these gaps every single day, but I'm just not seeing anything that is giving us a really good setup or opportunity. So hopefully we'll get more during the week. I'm sure we will. But today, a little bit disheartening to see that there aren't really any major gaps that are really talking to us or giving us a lot of opportunities. And that should be noted. Don't force anything in this market. Friday is also options expiration, so you will get a lot of game playing. Do not take any one-day move too seriously right now because it can be taken away very, very quickly. Okay, it's just the kind of market we're in right now, especially after last week. You had a lot of bearish sentiment coming in. This week, yesterday, you get a rally. All those people that were bought puts on Friday are getting taken out right now. So, again, you want to be a little bit on the cautious side, but that's what we're looking at least at the moment. So traders should be a little bit aware of that as we go forward. All right, with that said, everyone, I want to wish you all a great trading day. You will have some economic data, I believe, released at 8:30 and also at 9:15, so watch for that. Again, we don't really care what the data is. We just care about the market's reaction, and we'll just see how the market plays out going forward. But it is options expiration. There'll be a lot of game playing by the institutions. You'll hear a lot of rumors this week, and just take it one step at a time. Don't force anything. Look for the best chart pattern setups, and that's all you want to do in this environment. With that said, everybody, have a great trading day. We'll see you on the charts tomorrow. Take care now.